Hey guys, it's James from James Reptiles. If you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I even have an email, but you wouldn't know if you emailed me. If you watch my YouTube videos, you will know I got my first gargoyle gecko just recently. I keep and breed crested geckos along with some other stuff. Gargoyles are something I've always wanted to get into. So this here is a willow. She's nice and dark. I kind of want to get a dark male if I ever end up getting one there. Having trouble finding one, and they are very expensive, but nevertheless I got her recently. She's got a regen tail. She's missing a couple fingers on her foot, and I'm not really sure why, and I also don't know how old she is, but just a little update video. When I first got her, she was 50 grams. I just weighed her right now, and she's chilling at 56, so she's already growing. She's, gargoyles aren't going to get much bigger than this, but I would love to see 60, 65, I think that would be really awesome. I'd love to see her lay some eggs eventually. I mean, you never know. She could be a retired breeder that has sperm saved up in her somewhere. Who knows, right? You never know. But for the most part, I don't see her climbing. When I put her back in her cage, I will put her on the ledge. I do find that all her food is eaten. I think I just fed her today. I'm gonna put her back on the ground and check tomorrow and see if she eats. I don't see her climb. I'm not a night owl, so I'm not up when nocturnal geckos are awake. Pardon me. But she eats, she drinks, and she lays flat on the ground against the wall. So whatever makes her happy. I'm definitely on the lookout for a male. So if anyone out there has a male, I'm not looking for the best color as long as it's healthy and it has no defects. I'd be interested. Something to get me started. I sold another roach colony today. I need to take that money and buy new tubs so I can start new colonies. I'm getting a lot more DMs and PMs or messages or whatever Facebook is. I get a lot of them on Facebook. Oh, I saw your ad a month ago, 2 months ago. Do you have colonies? Everyone wants a colony, and I can keep up with that, but it's getting harder because I didn't replenish once, and I was like, oh, I'll do it eventually. And then I sold another colony, and it's like, it's looking really thin. So I need to get back on that. I need to make at least 2 more colonies currently. Hopefully I'll sell TJ, the ball python, at some point, and I can put another colony there. They're what's making me money, so that's what I'm gonna do. I have no attachment to TJ, the ball python, so if I need to sell him to make a bunch of money, I'll sell him to make some money, and it's no big problem. I'm not breeding ball pythons. Steve, on the other hand, is family. He is gonna stay with me, but this little girl, I can't wait to get her a male. I also want to take a look at some other geckos real quick. Primarily this one down here. I was checking a lot when I was feeding, and although I do have some I think are going to be females, I have a couple that are becoming pretty apparent males, and it's disappointing. I mean, as a breeder, I want more females than males, because you just do. You don't need as many males. Females sell for more. But right here is my LillyWhite gecko. I love him. He's very unique for a LillyWhite. And it's not, the whitest white or the most, but it's got something going on. It's very unique. And he just looked he looked bigger than normal when I went to feed him today. So I weighed him. He's chilling at about 6 grams. And I know nothing about crested geckos. I know nothing. I have been breeding for about a year now, and I don't know very much compared to a lot of people. But what I can say is body structure wise, and this is something I've subtly picked up on, it looks like a boy. And you may be thinking, well, how can you tell just by looking? He likes to jump on the ground a lot. What do you mean body structure wise, and how come I've never heard of that and all this? So I work with leopard geckos day in and day out, and I have for coming up on 2 years. And you learn a lot about them, and you learn subtle differences without looking at the underside of a leopard gecko, which usually you can tell pretty easily underneath. Without popping or probing or anything, you can tell it's a boy or girl. I can look at a gecko from above and almost always tell you exactly what gender it is. And the reason for that is because males and females have different body structures. Males tend to be boxier, they tend to be bigger, they tend to be longer, they tend to be brighter colors. And that's just something I've picked up on. And with crested geckos, I'm starting to see something similar. Males tend to be a little boxier in the body shape, and females tend to be rounder. Let me put him back and I'll get a pair for you. I'll show you a nice little example. And I could totally be wrong. You know, I've only grown up 2 or 3 geckos to where you can sex them out, but nothing then. Let's get these out. Crested geckos, from my experience so far, males will be a little bit smaller than females. And you can see right here, this girl is nice and round, nice and chunky. If she didn't have any pattern on her dorsal, it would just be round. Where, let me set her down right there. The male, if you didn't have the dorsal, you have this clear drop off where yes, it's curved a little bit and there's a lot of rolls down there, but he is definitely a different shape. He's not as, his sides aren't as pronounced. Of course, his facial structure is just smaller because he's a nicer line. It always scares me when adult females jump. It's like, what if she had eggs? I've heard stories of geckos popping eggs, jumping and falling like that. And just to show you, I'll get another girl out here. This one too, you can clearly tell her dorsal is almost like, she almost doesn't have a dorsal stripe, and it's just round. It just looks like a round lizard, and that's, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you can tell that this is a male. He has almost this like down and then the rib cage, where the girls have fat behind the ribs, and that's what gives them that roundness. And that's just a little subtle I've picked up on. But that's going to be it for today's video. It's really not a lot going on. I'm selling roaches. I'm giving a buddy a baby scorpion. I posted 4 on Facebook. I got 1 response so far. He wanted to pick it up today. I haven't heard back from him. You know, I'm not stressing about it. I'm not pushing it on anybody. I put 4 up because I knew 4 would sell. I'm going to give one to my buddy, and I'm going to wait till I sell 1 more, and then I'm going to post, oh, I only have 2 left. I'm going to start to build that hype, and that's how you get supply and demand. You know, if I don't have many left, more people are going to want them, and I can raise the price. I'm not going to raise the price. They're $5 a piece. And then, you know, in a couple weeks, I might offer 3 more for sale, and then I might take the rest to the show, and, you know, I might end up with 3 or 4 left, and then I'll post those on Facebook, you know, in a couple months. They're older, they've molted another time, I put them in different deli cups, stuff like that, and hopefully, you know, that's the plan. Everything would work out. I understand business to some extent. I've seen this, I've worked with this, I have my own animals, I've done experiments before, and this is just my plan for those specific scorpions. The scorpions are something that don't really sell well. I've priced them right. You know, I'm still making a profit off them. I was keeping scorpions as pets. I wasn't expecting them to breed. It didn't cost me anything to breed. It didn't cost me any incubation. It didn't cost me really anything to feed the adults, because adults are so cheap to feed, and so are the babies. The babies cost me $1 a week to feed every single one. So it's not really like giving one away and selling them for $5. I'm still making money in theory. Even if I put them in different deli cups, I'd still be making money. And it just goes in back to geckos. So nevertheless, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm James Reptiles. I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. All that really helps out the channel. If you don't know, when I hit 20 subscribers, I will give away a gecko. I know it's such a low goal, but I want to get my name out there. I want people to know me. I want everyone to understand. You know, I breed geckos. I have a lot of knowledge. I'm ready to share it. I'm ready to help you guys out. I'm ready to help out the community and let everyone know. I will be giving away a gecko, most likely locally, but at the same time, I might ship it to you. I might pay shipping to have this gecko shipped to you. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens when I get that 1 more subscriber. But nevertheless, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, jamesreptiles@gmail.com, and have a good one. Enjoy the hobby.